And we welcome you back to this close NFL game between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. We currently have a tight game right now as the Colts are leading 10-7 in the third quarter. Let's dive in depth into the physics of this kickoff before we view the rest of the play. First, we can see that the football is currently sitting motionless on the tee, an example of Newton's first law, which states that the ball will stay at rest until a force, the kicker's foot, acts upon it. The contact between the kicker's foot and the football is an example of an elastic collision. Therefore, the objects will bounce off each other as opposed to sticking together. When momentum and kinetic energy are conserved, as they are approximately conserved when kicking a football, there is no loss in momentum and energy before or after the collision. Therefore, initial momentum and energy before the collision is equal to final momentum and energy after the collision. Now let's look at the rest of this play. And the kickoff is caught by Chris Henry, but let's look at how he was able to handle the ball so cleanly. This is a fantastic demonstration of Newton's third law, which states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The football coming down from above exerts a force, a push, on the player as he catches it. The player that exerts a force that is equal in magnitude, which is the size of the force, and opposite in direction. This allows the player to catch the football and bring it to rest. And now we direct you back to the end of the play. Chris Henry catches the ball up to the 20-yard line and gets smacked by Darrell Reed. What a huge tackle. How was he able to lay such a large force on that defenseless player? If we watch the replay, we can see that he started sprinting full speed right away, so he was able to increase the force of his tackle, because according to Newton's second law, force is equal to mass times acceleration. Next, we figure out who is going to come out on top, the ball carrier or the defender. Figuring out whether the ball carrier or the tackler has more momentum will allow us to determine which of the two will be knocked backwards. In other words, if the ball carrier hits the hole and makes contact with a linebacker, who has less momentum than he does, the linebacker will be driven back and the ball carrier will gain more yards. However, if the defender is able to build up more momentum than the ball carrier, then he will be able to knock him backwards. The conservation of momentum theory suggests that the total momentum of each player must remain constant, both before and after their collision. This means that if a defender and the back hit each other at an equal momentum, they will stop at the point of contact, not a step further in each direction. In this case, Darrell Reed, the defender, has built up far more force than Chris Henry. Therefore, Chris Henry is knocked back. Thank you for coming to this ESPN NFL special, Physics in Football.